كان زكريا. Natalie. Natalie, are you there? دنيا سامر. دنيا سامر الكلال ده. No. عروب. عروب السلام. Okay. أمة الرحمن.
Yes دكتور. Yes دكتور.
Okay. آية صلاح الدين. رسلية صلاح. رسلية. فرح طالب. No. ياسمين عبد الناصر.
Yes.
Okay. لبنى عبد الله. لبنى عبد الله الخطيب. محمد عثمان. هبة علي عموري. Present, yes?
Yes دكتور.
I saw your name, right. أسامة علي. أسامة علي محمد. دلال عماد الدين.
دكتور عفوا أسامة موجود بس شكل السبيكر عنده في مشكلة كتب على الشات.
Right, okay. دلال عماد الدين.
Yes دكتور.
Okay. نور عمر. نور عمر حسن. تالا عيسى. تالا, are you there? I saw your name, Tala. Are you there?
Yes دكتور.
دكتورة موجودين هيهم بعتوا على الشات هي وروان ربحي.
على إيش بعتوا؟ على إيش ببعثوا؟
على الشات.
على الشات, yes? Chat.
Yes, chat.
Yeah, chat. شوق فهد. شوق فهد.
موجود.
Yeah, okay. آلاء ماهر. آلاء ماهر. رهف ماهر. أمنية مثنى.
Yes دكتور.
Yeah, okay. ليانا. Yeah, okay. يوسف محمد.
Yes دكتور.
يوسف محمد.
Yes دكتور.
ضحى محمد.
Yes دكتور.
Okay. بسمة محمد. سلسبيل is present.
Yes.
بشرى.
Yes دكتور.
بشرى محمد.
Yes دكتور.
Okay. إبراهيم محمد. أفنان.
Yes
أفنان
موجود.
محمد.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. روزان محمود.
Yes دكتور.
Right. حنين موسى. حنين موسى.
Yes دكتور.
Yeah, okay. عيسى موسى.
Yes دكتور.
is present. لانا الناصر.
Yes دكتور.
Okay. روبا نبيل.
Yes دكتور.
وعد نزال. وعد. يزيد نعيم. مرح نواف. مرح نواف. فرح هيثم.
Yes دكتور.
Okay. زيد ياسر. لينا ياسين.
Yes دكتور.
and هديل يوسف. هديل يوسف. Any more? Yeah, that's it.
دكتور دينا حسن هسه دخلت.
Okay.
اسمي
What's your name?
محمود
دينا
الخليل.
حسن.
Okay. Dina is present. Okay.
دكتور أنا هسه دخلت.
محمود بسام is it?
لا محمد درويش.
No, I mean Mahmoud Bassam, yeah? Mahmoud
Hello.
Bassam and Muhammad Darwish.
Yes, Doctor.
Right. Okay. Just before we proceed, let's have a short discussion of some of the major concepts. Suggest some topics for presentation. I need some people, to present. Those who are willing. Then we'll proceed to politeness today. So let me just choose anybody at random. Okay. Isa, can you just define what is meant by the concept regularity? What do you mean by regularity? Isa, are you
Hello.
there?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, Isa.
Doctor, regularity is social group and experience knowledge.
Social group, okay.
Yes, and
Yeah,
experience knowledge.
Knowledge. Can you elaborate? Can you paraphrase it? Tell us more about it. What is meant? I just want to make sure that everybody is okay, yeah?
Yes, Doctor. He is knowledge about previous knowledge about the person.
Yeah.
And communication and the life.
Okay, the way of life. The way of life.
Yes, and relation about the knowledge and learn.
Okay. Right. Anybody else? Just to elaborate on this. Tala, can you elaborate on this? Tala Isa. Tala, are you there? Tala, can you elaborate on this? Okay, Dina.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, Dina, right.
It's the background knowledge that the speaker or the listener have, which make the speech more clear to each others.
Okay, right. So regularity means membership of a certain community. So they have to be members of a certain community. This community shares the same language, the same culture, and the same experience. Same culture, same experience, same knowledge. Yeah. Although, of course, diversity is always there. Diversity is always there. So no community is 100% homogeneous. There's always diversity, but there are shared elements, shared language, shared culture, shared experience. Although it might sometimes be relative. Yeah. Okay. Right. No, where's Tala? I mean, can we have Tala? I mean,
دكتور تالا كتبت على الشات بوكس إنها المايك عندها خربان.
I see. Right. Okay. Shall we have Natalie then? Natalie is there? No? Okay. Yasmin Abdul Nasser.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, Yasmin. Can you just explain the difference between cataphoric and anaphoric reference? Just tell us something about these two concepts. Cataphoric and anaphoric. This is part of chapter 3, yes? Okay. Can you just tell us briefly, Yasmin, about anaphoric reference? Batul, Habis.
Yes.
Yeah, Batul. Yes.
Anaphoric we use it when a word or phrase refers to something mentioned earlier in the text, while cataphoric we use it when a word or a phrase refers to something mentioned later in the text.
To be mentioned later.
Yes.
In other words, in anaphoric reference, we have the noun first, followed by the reference, by the pronoun or whatever. In case of cataphoric, it's the other way around. First we have the reference, then the noun. Can you give examples of cataphoric? Okay, let me just give you an example, Batul. The three women, won 10 prizes. They were over the moon about it. They were over the moon about it. Now, can you
May I give an example?
Yeah, what's the reference here? Which one is the reference?
Cataphoric.
No, the three women.
Anaphoric.
The three women won 10 prizes. A full stop. They were over the moon about it.
Anaphoric.
ليه يا دكتور؟
Anaphoric, yeah.
refer to woman.
Yeah, women, yeah. Farah,
Yeah.
can you translate these two sentences into Arabic?
Doctor,
Farah Imran.
yes, can you repeat the sentence, please?
Okay. The three women won 10 prizes, a full stop. They were over the moon about it.
لقد فازوا 3 نساء في جائزة وكانوا سعداء جدا بهذا.
Try again. The three women won 10 prizes.
Can I try دكتور؟
Yes, sure.
فازت الثلاث نساء ب10 هدايا وطاروا أو فرحوا بها كثيرا.
Try again.
فازت الثلاث نساء.
We need to relate, pragmatics to your major translation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
فازت الثلاث نساء ب10 هدايا وطاروا بتلك الهدايا فرحا.
no, prizes, not gifts. Prize. جوائز.
جوائز. Yes. جوائز.
Yeah. Try again.
فازت الثلاث نساء ب10 جوائز وطاروا تلك الجوائز فرحا.
ب10 جوائز. because it's feminine. جوائز is feminine.
Yes.
ب10 جوائز. Okay. They were over the moon about them.
وطاروا بتلك الجوائز فرحا.
وطاروا بتلك الجوائز فرحا.
طاروا فرحا بتلك الجوائز.
Okay. Any other attempts? The first part is okay. The first part is okay, but not the second.
وقد كنا سعيدات جدا.
Okay. وقد فرحنا أو وقد
فرحنا.
Okay. وقد فرحنا. فرحنا. Yeah, because it's feminine. It's feminine, yeah? Right. She bought 3 cats. She bought 3 cats. A full stop. Or Mary, let's say. Mary bought 3 cats. She feeds them every day. Can you translate this?
Can I?
Yeah, who's that? Sorry?
أفنان.
أفنان, yes.
اشترت ماري 3 قطط.
3 ولا 3؟ 3 قطط ولا 3؟
3 قطط.
لا لحظة شوي انتم. الآن إذا كان feminine and masculine، إذا كان الاسم feminine والعدد بيكون مذكر ولا مؤنث؟
دكتور من 1 ل 3.
لا، من 1 يخالف الموجود.
يخالف.
3 و9 يخالف.
So we have قطة then. قطط. Okay. So what do we say? 3 ولا 3؟
3.
3. اشترت 3 قطط.
تطعمهم كل يوم.
3 مذكر. Because we have قطط which is feminine. Yeah, carry on.
اشترت ماري 3 قطط وهي تطعمهم كل يوم.
وهي
تطعمهم كل يوم.
لا، تطعمهم is used with the human being.
تطعمها. Sorry.
تطعمها. Yeah.
Yes.
تطعمها.
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to relate, pragmatics to translation. Yeah. Okay. Now, when we use expressions like "to the best of my knowledge" or "to cut the long story short," what do you call these?
Idioms.
Often both in written and spoken communication, we use expressions like "to the best of my knowledge," "I guess," "to be frank,"
Hedges.
"to cut the long story short," What do you call these?
Hedges.
Hedges. Yeah, very good. Is that who's that? Dalal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, we call these hedges. Hedges.
Cautious
Why
note.
are they? Why do we often use hedges? What's the function? What role do they play in communication?
To cut long story short.
Yeah.
To
Now
achieve
sometimes we say,
equality.
to cut the long story short, to the best of my knowledge, as far as I know, to be frank, things of that sort. I mean, why are they used? I mean, what is their function? In other words, what is the function of hedges?
To achieve or expresses quality or quantity, manner.
Okay, very good. Yes, very good. That's to observe or to reveal that the speaker fully observes the cooperative principle. It means that he's fully cooperating with the listener or the reader. If we have a writer, if we have a speaker and a writer, then using hedges indicates that the speaker or the writer is trying to observe the four maxims of the cooperative principle. Got it? Got that? In other words, he's telling the truth. For instance, he's telling the truth. He doesn't claim to be Jack of all trades, that he knows everything. He is not telling or providing false information. He's keen not to waste your time. When somebody says to cut the long story short, it means that he respects the concept of time. That's why, I mean, as you speak or write, it's important to use hedges, and this is what is very common in the English speaking culture. People often observe, such things. Even children, as they think or speak, are trained to use or to observe the four maxims, because right from the beginning they are trained in the area of critical thinking. They have critical thinking, they collect data, they are trained not to lie, not to tell lies, that is. Yeah. And of course, the time concept is very important. So when somebody speaks or has an interview, for instance, he's asked to talk for, say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, no more, no less. So here we observe the maxim of quantity. So provide no more and no less information. Go straight to the point. Right? Okay. عروب, to have عروب or رقية. رقية, are you there? Ruqayya, can you tell us about the definition of existential presupposition? Yeah, Ruqayya. Are you there, Ruqayya? I can see your name. Is there a problem with your mic? Muhammad Uthman. Muhammad Uthman. I thought he I thought you said he was present. Yeah.
Can I, Doctor?
Muhammad Darwish.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, Doctor.
Muhammad. Yeah.
Yes, Doctor.
Did you hear
Can
the
you
question?
repeat the question, please?
Did you hear it?
Yeah. No. Can you repeat it?
Okay. Just tell us briefly about existential presupposition. What do you mean by existential presupposition? There are several types of presupposition. What's meant by the first type, which is existential?
Presupposition. You're asking for types of presupposition?
No. I'm asking you to explain what is meant by the first type, which is existential.
It's Doctor, like me and you and he and she and it.
No, that's Deixis. That's a totally different.
Can I,
Okay.
Doctor?
May I, Doctor? May I? May I?
Who else? Who else?
Me?
Trying?
Can I?
Okay, Lena.
When we are talking about something exists or something exists.
Means that something or someone exists. Yeah. No. This could be. It could be a human being. It could be an animate object or an inanimate object. Can you give an example of an inanimate object, Lena? We have animate. We have human plus human. We have animate objects and inanimate objects. So can you give an example of an inanimate object?
Can I, Doctor?
Yes.
Maybe the chair.
Chair, stone,
Yes.
rock, chair, inanimate. What's the Arabic equivalent of inanimate objects?
غير حي.
جماد.
جماد.
Yeah, جماد. Okay. الجمادات يعني. Animate. Animate is the opposite of jamadat, yes? Living objects.
Person.
Living objects.
Doctor, maybe a person name and cat, dogs, stuff like this. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this covers any living object. Any living objects. Living, you know what that means? كائنات حية يعني. كائنات حية. They could be human. They could be animals. They could be plants. Yeah. Plants are animate, yes? Animate objects.
Yes, they.
Yeah, okay. But we should always bear in mind that not all references refer to real objects or real persons, real creatures. Is that right, or am I right?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, not all words listed in the dictionary stand for real things. So let's
Okay.
for next time, Dina, I'd like you to just give a presentation next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
doctor.
Just Google, Google this and use the material we've discussed. Just Google the title, non-existing objects.
Yes, doctor.
Non-existing objects. Reflections on non-existing objects. Just write 2 pages and give a presentation on Thursday.
Okay, inshallah, doctor.
That's for Dina, right? Dina, non-existing objects. Okay, Thursday. Another topic would be the pragmatic use of deixis. Who would like to do this? Just for 5 to 10 minutes. Any volunteers? Pragmatics, and all you need to do is just read the chapter we discussed in each case, and Google, and summarize the main points. That's all. The pragmatic function of deixis. Who would like to do this? Any volunteers? Okay.
مي دكتور.
Who's that?
دكتور في طالب اسمه أسامة حكى بده.
Okay, Osama then. Osama. The pragmatic function of deixis. Okay. Any other questions? Do you have any questions? Next time, we'll thoroughly investigate the concept of politeness, which is very important. How to sound polite, how to avoid offending people, how to reduce tension, how to reduce violence, and how to promote understanding, global understanding, locally, regionally, and globally. This is a vital, topic. It can help solve conflicts, serious problems, all sorts of violence, by the way, domestic violence, civil violence, national violence, international violence. So sometimes, as